In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, John and Teresa are with us. Hey, how are you?
We're good.
How are you?
Welcome, welcome. Where do you guys live?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, welcome to Nashville. And I'm guessing you're here to do your debt-free scream.
Yes,
Finally.
sir.
Very cool. How much have you paid off?
We paid off $150,000.
Good. And how long did that take you?
4 years.
Wow, very quick. Making what kind of money?
We started off about 120, and I'm up to about 150 now.
Good for you. 160?
150.
150. What do you do for a living?
I'm a pharmacist.
Cool. Very cool. Good for you. So I'm going to guess that 150,000 might have been some student loans.
I had about 80,000 in student loans, and my wife had 30, and then we had 2 cars that amounted to around 40,000 or so.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. So you had some digging to do.
A lot.
So what happened 4 years ago? Tell me your story. How did you decide to do this, and what happened?
Well, I grew up with a family that a lot of people consider as financially wise and everything, but they still had a lot of debt, more for business because they're farmers, and that's just the way they always lived. But they never worried about the credit cards always paid off at the end of the month, no interest. And they always talked to me about things like that. And I think that made it so that when I did hear about you right at my last year of pharmacy school, one of my preceptors gave me your book, and I read it, and it all made sense. It clicked, and I was like, as soon as we get through this school, we're hitting that, and we're going to hit it hard. Mm-hmm. So,
and that's what happened 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So, Teresa, you were in agreement then.
Yes. It was. I didn't grow up in a financially wise home. I grew up in a single-parent home, and we would just paycheck to paycheck. But getting together and getting things going, and him teaching me a lot about money, and not only starting Financial Peace, we kind of led it at our church, and that learning more like, oh, this $25 shirt's going to cost me, $50 by the time I pay all the interest off of it. So just learning those things that I didn't know growing up was a large part of it. And then why pay them when I'll save and just get it on cash?
There you go. I love it. Very cool. So you guys rolled up your sleeves. Did you sell anything?
Not really. Most of it came from just working hard. We tried to hit the budget every month. That was probably one of our biggest struggles, is trying to make sure we were hitting that budget every month. We'd start and then we'd stop, and then we'd start and stop. And I know the first year we weren't as committed to it, and then we actually led your class at our church. And once we did that,
nothing like teaching something to make you do it.
Exactly. We started, and I'm like, we better do what we're trying to teach. So, and that was the main part of doing it, just making sure that we kept to it and striving all the way. We didn't have to worry about selling too much. We just, every month, hitting it.
For us, is delayed gratification. Like, I want this right now, but it's better for us to wait and better for us to, save up the cash. For example, our van is almost
done.
And we are, it's got one little problem after the other, and it's still running. So I had to get in my mind, for me, that's like my child hauler with our 5 kids. But
right.
I'm like, I need to wait because we can get something nicer, and then we can save and not have this burden of debt over our heads. Mm-hmm. So we are now going to start saving and try to get something like that for cash.
Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, you've averaged $35,000 to $40,000 a year in debt reduction.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So very well done. And with 5 kids.
Yes.
Wow.
That's one thing I wanted to say. I know a lot of people that get into debt that are looking for adoption they see this big mountain of debt that they can run up, $40,000 for an adoption, things like that. 2 of our kids are actually, one's adopted and the other's about to be. And we started down that private adoption road, and we probably sank $5,000 or $6,000 into it. And then we got into looking at the foster care system, and we've adopted Chloe with no debt. I mean, if anything, we're financially better off because of going that route.
Right.
And JT's on his way that way. Hopefully he'll be done soon. But and then there are risks there with the heartache of possibly them going back to their biological parents. But there's also a great need there too.
Oh,
and
definitely.
It's definitely one of those things that we're passionate about, and we really like to, I guess, spread that message that you can adopt without debt, and you can adopt and actually be better off than you could
most
be.
Most states have a stipend.
Yes, I mean, the federal government's got a huge tax rate. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do.
Yeah, to help the foster care system. The strain on it. Yeah. Well, congratulations, you guys, and what a wonderful way to build your family.
Yes.
You guys are impressive. How's it feel?
It's great.
I don't think it's hit us yet. For me, I'm just like,
we're not doing much different. It's just we're just
what do you
continuing
when you're standing before your class next time you teach the class, and they ask you, you paid off $150,000. That seems so overwhelming. How did you do that? What do you tell them the keys are to getting out of debt?
Contentment's probably the biggest one, and then making sure you're on that budget all the time definitely will help. I know when we were hitting it all the time on that budget, it felt like we had that raise. I know people talk about that a lot, but when you actually see that we actually paid that much this month compared to last month, we didn't pay nearly as much when we weren't running the budget. So
manage money just works harder, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And for me, cash. If you could just do cash and you see it visibly going out of your hands, and you're losing that dollar, you're like, is it worth it? Nope, just put that back, guys. Put that back. We were standing in the grocery line several times, and I said, nope, this is out of our budget. This is out of our budget. Cash budget. Nope, this is all we have. So that's what the cash in our hand was really a big mile marker for me to visually see everything.
So the envelope system in conjunction with a well-run budget
Yes.
made all the difference in the world.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, thank you for leading Financial Peace University, and congratulations.
No problem.
You guys are rock stars. Very fun. All right, John and Teresa from Cincinnati, Ohio. $150,000 paid off in 4 years.
Ready?
Making $120,000 to $150,000 a year. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free! Love it, love it, love it. Well done, you guys. Man, that's fabulous.